Garden, and welcome to another phonics lesson. Today we're going to continue to practice those sight words and his and back. We'll do some word awareness by looking at some sentences, and I need your help to fix them. And we'll play our game listen, tap, and write. Your exit ticket is all about your sight words, listen, tap, and write, and some fixing sentences. Your teacher might pause the video now or later for you to go get your dry erase board and marker. Sight words. The first word is an. Repeat after me. An. A-N. An. Try putting the word an in a sentence. An octopus lives on an island by an ocean. An. The next word is back. Repeat after me. Back. B-A-C-K. Back, back, back. Try putting the word back in a sentence. I look back at you. Back. This is the word his. Repeat after me. His. H-I-S. His. Try putting the word his in a sentence. That is his toy. Before we look at our sentences for today, let's review how we know that it's a complete sentence. We know a sentence if it has an uppercase letter at the beginning of a sentence. We can also call that a capital letter. So the first word needs to have a capital letter, an uppercase letter. We also need some type of punctuation at the end of a sentence. That might be a period, that might be a question mark, or an exclamation mark. That tells us when to stop reading the sentence. In our sentence, we also need to make sure that there's spaces and our words aren't all jumbled together. So let's look at our first sentence. And while you're looking at this first sentence, I need you to decide if it's a complete sentence. So while you're looking at my sentence, your teacher's going to pause the video and you're going to go through that checklist. Does it have an uppercase letter? Does it have punctuation at the end? Are there spaces? Are there words? While you were looking at the sentence, you probably noticed that there's a period at the end. So we know when to stop. I see spaces in between my words. However, when I look at the beginning of my sentence, I notice this is a lowercase I. What do we know about the beginning of a sentence? We need an uppercase letter, and that certainly is not an uppercase letter. So I need to change this uppercase I, or this lowercase I, to an uppercase I. Now that we have an uppercase I and we have a period, let's read the sentence. Read it with me. I will look in the back of the car. Notice how when I got to the end of the top line, there were no more words. So I read from left to right, and I swept and returned and went to the next line. When you see that a line stops, you need to make sure that you go to the next line and start reading, because good readers read from left to right and top to bottom. Let's read it one more time. I will look in the back of the car. Wow. I want you to count the words in this sentence. How many words are in the sentence? All right, let's count the words. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9 words in this sentence. We know that these are words because they're letters put together to make a word. We need letters to make words and words to make sentences. Look closely at my sentence, I will look in the back of the car, and I want you to look out for the sight word we're learning this week. Yes, we are learning about the word back this week. Now I want you to try. Your teacher's going to pause the video, and you are going to fill in the blank at the end of my sentence. I will look in the back of the blank. What could you put in that blank? What could you look in the back of? Great. Thanks for helping me solve this sentence. Let's look at the next one. All right, let's take a look at this sentence. You are going to decide, is this sentence complete? Your teacher is going to pause the video. I know that a sentence begins with an uppercase letter and it needs punctuation at the end. I see the period at the end, so I know when to stop. When I go to the beginning of my sentence, I don't see an uppercase letter. So we just need to change this word to an uppercase letter. Right now it reads apple, want, I, an. Oh no, I have a problem. I want this sentence to say I want an apple. Does this sentence, apple, want, I, an, match the sentence that I want an apple? No, it doesn't. Your teacher's going to pause the video and you guys are going to write this sentence correctly. All right, let's see what you came up with. We know that at the beginning of a sentence, we need an uppercase letter. And this word I is the only uppercase letter. Remember, the letter I is a word. So we're going to start with I. I'm going to erase that so I don't confuse myself. I want an apple. Want. I hear at the beginning. And the only word down here that begins with that is this word. This is want. This is a sight word we've learned before. Want. I want. I'm going to erase this. An is a sight word we're learning this week. An. An. We always use the word an in front of a word that has a vowel. And what's the only word left? Let's tap this word out. Ready? A, p, p, o, apple, apple. Those two P's are making one sound, and that E just is not making any sound. Apple. I want an apple. I want an apple. Notice apple begins with A. That's a vowel. That means I'm going to put the word an in front of it. That's how we use the word an. Read it with me. I want an apple. My period. Is my sentence complete now? Great. Thanks for helping me put the sentence back together. Sentence. Your teacher's going to pause the video and you guys are going to talk about, is this sentence complete? Is this sentence complete? Well, I see the uppercase. I learned before from the first sentence I needed an uppercase. So I have an uppercase. His, my spaces, dog, will come down. What do you notice at the end of my sentence? I should keep reading. There's nothing showing me when to stop. There's no more words. I need to put a period here to tell me when to stop. I know it's a period because it's a sentence talking about a dog going somewhere. His dog will come down. His dog will come down. Is it complete now? Sure is. I want you to look and see what sight word are we learning this week that's in this sentence. Yeah, the word his. You can do this activity too with all of the sight words that you've learned throughout this year. Thanks for helping me fix these sentences. It's time for listen, tap, and write. So make sure you have something to write on and something to write with. I'm going to say the word, your teacher's going to pause the video, and you're going to tap the word out and write it. Our first word is web. Web. Go ahead and try. W. Ebb. W. Ebb. Is this what yours looks like? W. Ebb. Web. Web. All right. Next word. Quiz. Quiz. Go ahead and try that. Qu is quiz. What's the first letter we hear in the word quiz? What's the first sound? Qu. And what letter makes that sound? Q-U. Q-U makes the qu sound. So we heard 3 sounds, but there's 4 letters in this word. Sometimes you're going to see and hear words that have more letters than sounds, and that's because Q-U makes 1 sound. Qu is. Last word for today. Vet. Vet. Go ahead and try. V. Et. V. Et. Vet. Vet. V. Et. V. Et. V is our beginning sound, which is the letter V. E is our middle sound, the letter E. And T is our ending sound. Beginning, middle, end. Vet. It worked today. Today, you'll be reading the sentence, his back will hurt. Then you need to count the words you read and circle the number. Tap the color red to circle the period and tap the color blue to circle the uppercase letter. You also need to put my sentence, his back will hurt, back together. You'll be sorting your sight words, back and his. And you'll be playing listen, tap, and write. Don't forget to tap the video to hear the word and write the word on the line. Until next time, bye, Kipsters.